Good evening, everybody. Back in 1990, I had occasion to visit London on several occasions for a couple of weeks at a time, and I stayed with a very good accordionist friend of mine called Charlie Watkins. Charlie Watkins is a very famous name within the music industry. He invented what's known as the copycat, which was the tape echo machine, and he also manufactured PA equipment, most notably for bands such as Pink Floyd and the Rolling Stones. Now, one evening, over a couple of beers, a couple of 3 beers, he told me about the famous Hyde Park concert back in 1969. Now, apparently some of the local residents complained about the volume, and when the police asked him to turn the volume down, he refused and was promptly arrested, and he was charged for being a public nuisance. The next day he was released, and he was interviewed by some of the press. He explained that his amps and speakers were so loud that they could knock over a brick wall from 10 feet. Needless to say, sales of his amps and speakers rocketed. Now, in this case, we must never ever underestimate the predictability of stupidity. Following on from their bunch of flowers stunt, guilters have now started a petition to try and get Netflix to remove Making a Murderer Series 1 and to not do a Series 2. Now, of course, like a lot of people, my initial reaction was, well, hold on a sec. Is America not supposed to be the land of the free? However, I don't think we need to lose much sleep over their petition. So far, they have managed to garner just over 1,000 signatures. And I was reminded that back in January, I was among a 2,000 strong audience at the Usher Hall in Edinburgh to see and listen to Dean Strang and Jerry Buting. Literally millions, tens of millions of people have watched Making a Murderer, and millions of us want to see Series 2. However, just as Charlie discovered when his profit soared, all publicity is good publicity. So I say thanks, guilters, for trying to make Making a Murderer even more popular, because now even more people will tune in to see what all the fuss is about. Now, I can't obviously go off without saying just a quick word about the obviously the 7th Circus, as I prefer to call them, have upheld the state's appeal. But what I would say is that we knew all along, as Steve Drizzen so famously said, this case is such a heater. We knew all along that this case was always going to be appealed in the end by one of the two sides, right the way up to the Supreme Court. And then the name of Brendan Raymond Dassey will be indelibly stamped into American legal history. Stay tuned, and in the future I'll have many more ties for you to see.